just rebuilt my Cove Hummer Ti, and so now's a perfect time to do a bike check. So I'm really chuffed as nuts to have my Cove back on the road. It's a Linsky made titanium model. The Cove Hummer used to be a 26-inch model. This is a 650B. It's called the Hummer 650BJ because Cove love naming their bikes rude words. Sean's bike, for instance, is the Cove hand job. This is running 29-inch wheels and a 29-inch fork. With the dropouts here, I've slid them back, which now allows a 29 by 2.4 tyre, and I'm running the Onza Ibex tyres on Eastern Heist 27 rims, so it's a really square profile on the tyre, but as you can see, bags of tyre clearance, tons and tons of it. Never had any issues with mud build-up, and the tyres are good all-rounders. They're not the best in the world that I've had. I really don't like the Ibex as a front tyre, but as a general purpose all-weather tyre, they are pretty damn good. I've been running them for some time. I've got them on a few different bikes, and when I say I don't like it as a front tyre, I don't like it as a front tyre on an aggressive bike. I kept washing out with my Turner, which has 160mm forks and 27.5 inch version of the Ibex. Then I swapped to the E13 TRS tyre and I stopped crashing. So weird that, huh? So this does look a little bit different to the Cove Hummers that you normally see, probably down to the graphics. These are the Ghost Outline graphics, which I have stuck on myself. It comes with some pretty garish black with white surround graphics, but I think that looks really subtle and really cool. It's a 19-inch. I'm 6.5 an inch tall myself, and it's maybe slightly too small for me. I wish I went for the 20-inch. Oh dear. Let's get that picked up again. I've just picked my bike up again. Hopefully it won't fall over again. So let's run through the spec. I am running at a drivetrain the Raceface 6C carbon cranks. These are brand new models. And I have an absolute black 36 tooth oval chainring with a matching oval guide. The frame has ISCG tabs, ISCG 05 tabs, so that's a really neat setup. You'll see a previous video where I talked about the weight of the chain device and the ring. It's incredibly low, 19 grams for the chain device. Why wouldn't you run it, eh? I'm running a SRAM XX1 chain, and because I'm too tight and can't afford a SRAM XX1 cassette, this is actually a Syntace 11 to 46 tooth cassette. It's from this initial ride, yeah, it's pretty good. It performs really well, it shifts really nicely, and it's worth pointing out that because I'm running an XX1 derailleur, I didn't go for the 11 to 50 tooth cassette, and the reason I didn't do that is because that derailleur would really struggle to reach a 50 tooth sprocket. So I went for the 11 to 46 tooth, which seems to be shifting impeccably and flawlessly. I'm also running a hot tip firewire cable end. CNC aluminium little things, they don't crush the cable, so you can take them off, unthread the cable, rethread the cable, put them back on. Really cool. And so a drivetrain wouldn't be complete without a shifter. So I'm using Fibrax cables throughout, as well as these Fibrax spiral frame protectors. Those are really neat little things. Leading up to, yes, grip shift. Now, a lot of people hate grip shift, but I love grip shift. It's lightweight, shifts really effortlessly and crisply and precisely. You can shift multiple gears in both directions at the same time as braking. I absolutely love it, and I run grip shift on all of my bikes, all the bikes that have gears anyway. So while I'm up at the end of the bars here, these are the Mucky Nuts bar tabs, I believe they're called. We sell them on online shop, cyclewise.com. It's an end cap that does the job an end cap should, but then you can clip on beer bottle tops. These are really smooth, they're not sharp, they don't cut your hands. They're really, really neat, love them to bits. Also available from us is the Cyclewise top cap clock. which I thought was a bit of a novelty, I must be frank, when I first saw the brand, but actually they are so functional and so bloody useful. Absolutely adore it. And I really must get back. I did say I'd be home by 5:30 and I've only got 9 minutes. Ooh dear. On top of that, I'm running the Eastern Haven 35mm stem. Now it's available as a race face turbine R, because Eastern no longer make mountain bike components. Well, they do, but under their race face umbrella, or under the Eastern umbrella. 35mm but 840mm wide flat bars. Those are going to get cut down because 840mm is quite frankly ridiculous. I'm running SRAM Guide RS brakes. I wish I went for the Ultimates or maybe the RSCs at least. I do miss the contact point adjustment that these don't have. But I do have reach adjustment, and they do feel pretty good all of the time. They've been ultimately very reliable. They're very powerful. They're not too heavy. They weren't too expensive to buy. So those are the brakes I like at the moment. I'm running them on 2 of my 3 bikes. The third bike's got old brakes, so it doesn't really count. And I'm running 203mm rotor at the front and a 180 at the back. And those are anchored to the Eastern Heist 27mm wheels, as I mentioned before. What else have we got? We have the Thompson Elite dropper seat post, which is just glorious, but not as glorious as my Brooks saddle. This puppy is the Swift Ti. It's so comfortable. Look how soft that leather is. Absolutely beautiful. I love Brooks saddles to bits. I do have them on 2 or 3 of my bikes, and when I build my next suspension bike up, that will have a Brooks saddle as well. They're not cheap, but they are the best in terms of what I reckon. They're not the lightest in the world. This one weighs about 220 grams, but it's worth it for the comfort. They're absolutely sublime. I can't say that enough. And just like down on the derailleur, up here on the cable, I have a Firewire hot tip because they're just awesome. So that just about cuts it, I think. Let's finish it off with titanium bottle cage. I bought that from Wiggle years ago. It's probably 4 or 5 years old. Still going strong. It only cost about 15 quid. Really light, really rigid, holds my bottle tight, which I really love. And HT pedals, which I love the positive clip in, clip out that I don't really feel like I get from Shimano. And I'm running a headset and a Wheels Manufacturing bottom bracket, which you can't really see in there, and that's running ceramic bearings. So I'm absolutely in love with this bike. I've had it for a while. It's been built up in a couple of different guises, and I expect I'll have it for as long as it holds up. Hopefully I won't snap the frame, because that would be heartbreaking and there's no warranty left on it anymore. But it is absolutely lovely. So if you want to know anything more about my bike, ask or comment down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'm going to do another video soon on my first impressions of the Absolute Black oval chainring, because this is my first experience of oval. Cheers guys!